How did you program your mind this week? Did you learn something new? Something good? Did you learn something that can help you develop into the best version of yourself? Me, I dove into the art of manifesting. What's up, guys? It's your boy Ty, and tonight we're going to be talking about one of Mindvalley's most popular quests, the art of manifesting, with Regan Hillyer. As you guys are aware, Mindvalley is a self-development platform, and it has various quests that you can go on for your own personal development. I'm big on self-development, as you guys know by this channel. So a lot of times I'm always looking for something new, some new information to program my mind with, so I can become the ultimate version of myself. And Mindvalley's quests are perfect for me. Oftentimes, I don't listen to the radio on my commute to work or from work. I much rather play one of Mindvalley's quests on the way to work or from work. That way I can get my own personal self-development out the way, and I have that moment of development for myself. I do believe that self-development and making sure that you have the right mindset and temperament for any of your day's challenges is very important. That's one of the big things that separates the high achievers from those that aren't high achievers. Their mindset, and platforms like Mindvalley help keep me on point. So I just recently dove back into this course. I have done it before, but now we're going to journal about it. I'm going to tell you some of the key takeaways I got from this week with the art of manifesting. So starting off this course, Regan talks about something called the 80-20 trap. And she goes into detail about how achieving the things you want are 80% mental and 20% what you do. And oftentimes people have this backwards. Most people think that achieving your goals and achieving success is 80% of what you do and only 20% of your mental. Understanding this changes one's perspective. Now you're worried about more of your mindset and your mentality opposed to actually doing the work. We all know that you can do a lot of things. You can work hard, you can work 1, 2, 3 jobs, and you can still not achieve success or your version of success. Why? Because your mentality might need to be shifted a little bit more so you can really achieve that goal. And Regan really breaks this down in this quest. Once she breaks this down, we are asked to choose one area of our life to really focus on. Our lives can be broken down into 9 main categories. These are health, wealth, relationships, contributions, mindset, emotion, purpose, passion, and spirituality. So for this quest, we want to be intentional. So we want to really focus on one. And she does say you can come back through this quest if you want to go through multiple of these 9 categories. And at the end of day 1, our homework is write one commitment to this area of your life that you're willing to dedicate yourself to. So this one commitment could be, I'm willing to put time and effort to this one thing. I'm willing to make this sacrifice for this one thing. Just one commitment towards that one specific category. And then start to think how you can integrate that 80% of mental into the things you do daily. And that's it for day 1. On day 2, we talk about the power of 2%. So the power of 2%. So making incremental changes, small changes can add up and compound over time. So that is what the power of 2% is really about. Making little small efforts that make a big impact if you repeatedly do them over and over and over. These incremental changes can snowball and really make a difference. And she does bring up the idea that we all, a lot of times, need to rewire our brain when it comes to certain things. She brings up an analogy about doing something new. So imagine you're about to do something new that you've never done before, and you start to ask people about this new thing. If everyone says, "Oh, that's pretty hard, that's difficult, oh yeah, you're gonna have a hard time doing this thing," you're letting others wire your brain to say that this thing is really hard, this thing is difficult, this thing may not be able to be done. That's how you're wiring your brain to think that this new thing is difficult. On the other hand, if you talk to a lot of people and they say this new thing is pretty easy, or you go into it with the mindset of, yeah, I'm about to conquer this thing, it's gonna be easy for me, then you're going into this new idea, this new realm, this new thing with fresh, positive energy. And that is a big game changer, opposed to going into something and you've heard everyone say, "Oh yeah, that's hard. Yeah, you're not going to be able to do that." So that is what she is saying when she says we need to rewire our brains. A lot of times our brain is wired to so many beliefs that something is hard, something is difficult. You're not going to be able to do that just because that's what you've heard, that's what people say, and you're unconsciously wiring your brain to believe what you've heard. But ultimately, you are in control of these thoughts. She breaks it down in her discussion for you to understand what type of person you are. Are you a spiral up person or the type of person that spirals down? You really control this, and she really gets into it with this lesson. Ideally, you want to be one of those people that spirals up, especially if you are talking about conquering something new. And the last thing we talked about this week in this quest with Regan Hillyer was that you should align your vision with your soul's path. And what this means is asking yourself, is your vision lined up with your soul's true desire? And oftentimes people are like, what is my soul's true desire? What do you mean? You can find out this by really asking yourself if you can be unapologetic about what you truly desire. What would it be? What would you ask of yourself? What am I looking for in my life? That is really what your soul's true desire is. So once your vision and your soul's pathway match up, you can be on a better track to achieving what it is you truly want and desire. In a nutshell, that was how I programmed my mind this week. And one of the key things that Mindvalley has in this quest is something called activations. If you've never really had a guided meditation or a guided trance, these are really special, especially on Mindvalley. So Regan has this guided meditation and she calls it activations. And these are really key to a lot of what Mindvalley offers. All the courses have certain meditations and trances, and they really help you put your mind in a different place. You really can open up your mind and feel exactly what it is you're trying to visualize. I love this quest. And this time around is the first time I'm doing it with a class. Typically on Mindvalley, you can just go through each of the quests by yourself. But this time I actually signed up with the class, so you can go through it with people. I think in this class it says like 80 people, and Mindvalley does this all the time because on their platform, again, you can go through whatever course that you want and you can do it on your own time, but it's better when you do it with the tribe and go through it with people so you can actually do what's required, because you have actionable things that they want you to do. Go down, comment, on people's posts and things like that, and it really brings people together. So you go through the lessons daily. Sometimes the lesson could be 20 minutes long, sometimes it could be an 8-minute long lesson, and then they ask you to do something. And I'm liking how that flows. You don't feel overwhelmed with going through the material. So if you want to check Mindvalley out, make sure you check it out in the description and comment section. But that is how I programmed my mind this week. Make sure you guys check me out next week. Peace.